Good morning. This is Monty again from DPL Surveillance Equipment. We're a full-service surveillance and security equipment company. We have lifetime guarantees and warranties on all the products. We have 24/7, 365 tech sales and customer support. We have the largest video demonstration library that you're going to find online or offline for that matter. And when you go to the video demonstration library, you're going to see an abundance of videos, not only videos where we're demonstrating the equipment, all sorts of videos where we're talking about the subject matter as well. We're talking about surveillance and counter surveillance. We're talking about GPS jammers and blockers, and we're talking about e-commerce and Bitcoin, and we're talking about all sorts of things in addition to demonstrating the products and services that we offer, including the layaway plans, the rent-to-own plans, etc., etc. So go to the video demonstration library and take a look around and let me know what you think. We have two different sections. One section, the second section, we have an abundance of cybersecurity related videos there as well. So yeah, take a look at that particular section as well. And I'm going to be making a little bit of noise this morning. I got a morning regimen where I prepare certain concoctions that help me get through the day, which is covered in a different a different podcast. But anyway, I'm going to be preparing my morning concoctions that I take to help replenish minerals and salts and clean out my system, certain things. But and also we have a very large articles directory. The articles directory is very large and growing all the time, and we try to cover a lot of different subject matter in the articles directory as well. So go there and learn about electronic harassment, targeted individuals. You can learn about electrical hypersensitivity. We talk about the various, the most recent things going on with any research into remote neural monitoring, electronic telepathy, you name it. We're talking about it. DARPA projects whereby the government and corporate America are experimenting with various esoteric electronic harassment, audio-based or sound-based harassment techniques. You name it. We're talking about that as well in the articles directory. And that's growing every single day as well. So go there and take a look around. Let us know what you think. So today's, before I start the session, just want to let you know, if you have any questions regarding the bug detectors, the GPS trackers, our Nanny cameras with remote monitoring over the internet using your cell phone and all that, anti-terrorist products, which includes X-ray baggage scanners to protect the airports, post offices, etc., explosive detectors to protect your federal buildings, embassies, critical infrastructure, narcotics detectors to keep contraband from flowing across your borders, etc. All sorts of different anti-terrorist related products. So yeah, give us a call, 888-344-3742. That's 888-344-3742. All of our products are lifetime guaranteed and warranted. They're law enforcement grade products, and we support them 24/7, 365. Whether it's 1 month or 5 years or 10 years, give us a call if you have a problem, because we support our products in a way that no other company does. So having said all that, now this session is dedicated to when SEO meets security and PCI compliance. Now the reason why I named it that way is because I was just thinking to myself, because I work with developers just like you guys, and we work with SEO people and marketing people, people who want to get you up and running get your website up and running quickly and make sure that your e-commerce allows you to make money and get exposure on Google and all of that. They sell you these packages that are basically designed to get you up and running and get you exposure and drive customers to your site. But nobody's really talking about security. Nobody's really talking about vulnerability scanning and PCI compliance. Just so you guys will know, typically e-commerce sites all have to be concerned about security. There's two different approaches, basically, and some people, like myself, we combine both. But there's basically two different approaches. One approach is where you have a third party handle your e-commerce or your payments for your customers. The other methodology is whereby you take that information yourself from your customers. In other words, a customer goes onto your site, goes through your shopping cart, and orders things, and you get the credit card. You store the credit card, hopefully. You protect the customer data, and you process the order. The other method is they go to your website and they click a PayPal button or something, and it goes to a third-party site, and they take the information. They're responsible for encryption and processing that payment and keeping that data safe, okay? And then some people, some e-commerce sites actually combine the two together. They do third-party like a PayPal, and if you don't want PayPal, if you don't use PayPal, they also allow you to just give out a credit card. You use your MasterCard and Visa, American Express, right on that site. So people do, like myself, we do a combination of both. Okay, taking the data for those people who want to use the MasterCard and Visa directly there, or we send it over to PayPal just in case you want to use PayPal. So having said all that, I want you guys to keep in mind that you want to make sure that your website is not vulnerable to hackers and the different people who want to bring your website down or steal your customer data. And this not only extends to websites, but also the various mobile devices by which you take customer data. Because see, nowadays you could be out and about, you could be a mobile type of situation like we are, where a customer can call you anytime, and you'll take that order over your cell phone, using your laptop, using your PDA, using your iPad, using your some Samsung type of PDA, or using using a smartphone. Okay, so there's a number of different ways now that you can take that order. And believe it or not, no matter how you take the order, you want to make sure that the customer data is stored and that is taken safely and security and stored safely and security if you store it, okay? So keep in mind that there's various ways where you take that information from the customer to process the order, but still, nonetheless, it has to be safe and has to be PCI compliant. And right now, PCI compliant means that the laws are stating that you're responsibly handling the customer data, and you're protecting it, and there is no way for hackers to get access to it. Okay, so usually what happens is, when you sign up for your merchant account, a lot of times they talk to you about how you take customer orders, how do you handle transactions. Excuse the noise. So they're going to talk to you about how do you take an order. Do you take it, like I mentioned, using smartphones, laptops, desktops, on the website, whatever, and then they advise you about PCI compliance at that point. But see, websites change, business models change, things change in terms of how you do business. If the first year you were handling transactions one way, and then 2 or 3, 5 years later, you expand the way that you handle customer orders, and in terms of the type of devices, the number of individuals taking orders, etc. All of that needs to be reevaluated. So make sure that you understand that you are keeping up to date with how you are assessing your PCI compliance. In other words, does the merchant know what you're doing and how you do it? And if not, maybe you should work with a third-party company. Now, the reason why I'm mentioning that is because I learned after working with, I have some personal experience in this matter. I was working with Elevon, a company called Elevon. They process credit cards for Costco. And they do a large volume of transactions because of affiliation with Costco. And they also, they're quite large and all that. But they didn't ask me on an ongoing basis whether or not we had changed at all. So Elevon was processing our credit cards for us, but we didn't do ongoing vulnerability scanning. It's basically the bottom line. You know, when I initially signed up 8 years ago, we worked in one manner, but then we started expanding and all that in terms of how we